Hey YouTubers and gamers, and I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I've been off, been going through a few things at home. Things been quite hectic. Been unwell for a bit, and had to deal with all those issues, health issues, and how it affects work and home life and everything else. But I'm okay now, and I had to prioritise other things, and so I haven't been spending much on games recently. Saying that, in the past couple of weeks I have got a few bits, but I've had to consolidate debts and sort of money out financially and everything, but everything's okay now, so everything's all hunky-dory, and I'm back to video game pickups and so forth. So with no further delay, let's get started. Okay, the clue to my pickup is in the background. It's a console, and it is the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, they had these in stock in my local Smiths, and I got a bundle whereby I got the console and Splatoon 2 because that's what Caitlin wanted to play. So I got that, and I've got a couple of controllers. Now these are wired controllers made by Powerade, but they're licensed by Nintendo. They're out in Europe right now, but I think that you get them in the States in October. And there's like a Super Mario Red one and a black Legend of Zelda one. Now these controllers, what I've got them over here. They've got a really long wire. They feel really good to hold. You got a choice of analog control knobs. You can change them. Comes with a set pack of 6, and it's a slightly textured feel. But Legend of Zelda one and even the Mario one, they're so good looking. And so I've got a couple of those. They're not too expensive. I think they're about £26 each. I've got one from Smiths and one from Argos. And I also got some more games for Switch while I was in there. I already got Legend of Zelda, which I will make a stab at some point. Got the collector's edition, which I got about a year ago, I suppose, or when the Switch launched. But I've also got, which I've already had, which I showed in the previous pickup, I think. It's also Street Fighter 2. But the ones I've bought specifically more recently have been Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Basically, it's Mario Kart with all the DLC. Disgaea 5 complete. I do need to get this on the PS4 as well, but it's so nice to have that on the Switch. As we know, Splatoon 2. The latest game, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I haven't had a chance to play that yet. And Minecraft Story Mode. I wanted this because you know, it's nice to be able to play it on the handheld, really, that game. I played the first 7 chapters already, but it's got all the 8 chapters that it has. So that's the Switch. And the other thing which I got as well more recently, got this on an auction from eBay. Now loose normally these go for about 80 quid. This I got for £84, and it's a boxed copy of the Atari Lynx Model 2. And not only is it in good condition, it comes with some games. If you open that up, so you've got your links. It's got my manual in here as well. But it comes with a box copy of Cyberball, Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden, Viking Child, and Joust. I already had Blue Lightning and also a golf game, which I got in the console. And so it comes with a manual too. And I've also got one order from eBay for about 14 quid. Copy of a Batman game. So I think, you know, all that for £84 was a steal, really, because, you know, a lot of the box links is people asking, you know, over £130 for type thing, really. So, and it's so neat. It's such in good condition too. So yeah. So that's my pickups. Not a huge amount, but I said I've been off sick and sorting other things out really. So I'll get back into pickups again gradually as time goes by. Really, you know, it's money to spare. So that's it for now, guys. Oh, by the way, what I think of it. This week on Limited Run Games they released a copy of Shadow Warrior 2, and for a second time I've experienced I don't know what you call it. Basically I've had, you know, I was watching at 3 o'clock local time. I put the item in my shopping trolley, went through to PayPal, made the first transaction, then went to make the second transaction once I confirmed the shipping address, and then it said item no longer available. So I couldn't have done it any faster, yet still you know, a game had been snatched from my shopping trolley on limited run. And I wrote a rather snotty email to Limited Run saying I think this is disgusting. You know what more can people do to get these games if, you know, if they get snatched like that? So they just, you know, wrote an email back saying, no, it's to do with the company Shopify. It deals with their transactions, blah blah blah. But basically, it's a shoddy, and you know, it just made me think I'm sick to death of Limited Run acting like that with, you know, with their games really. I mean, if it's in your shopping trolley, it should be safe in your shopping trolley unless you cancel a transaction. The fact that you can get snatched before you complete the actual process online, it's just I think it's a poor way of treating customers really. It makes people angry and annoyed. And I thought the whole idea of Limited Run Games was to do a limited batch of games that will be available to people who want it, and then they don't make them anymore. And that's fair enough if they did that, but they don't do it anymore. I mean, if they said, right, we're going to take orders for this game for this during these 2 days, and then we're going to make the games to order. So if, you know, if they get an order for 2,000 of copies, they can order those copies, send them off to their customers. Everyone's happy. You know, they'll probably sell more copies that way. But instead they say, oh no, we only got 1,000 copies, and then, you know, first come first serve. And what will happen ultimately is all the snipers will get in, buy up half the stock, put them on eBay for about 2 or 3 times the price of the original game, and you know, people who want the game, i.e. you and me, get stuffed. While the snipers make more money, Limited Run and the publishers can make more money if they did what I said. You know, just, you know, make games available or take orders over a 2-day period and just make them to order. Why can't they do that? It's not that hard. I just don't understand it, why they have to make it, you know, the way they do their game orders. It just it creates an artificial demand and inflates the prices, and limited, you know, the games, I mean, Limited Run themselves and the IP don't see that profit. You know, the snipers get the profit. So I just find it, you know, I'm a bit sick to death with Limited Run. So, and the fact that they're releasing games now every week, so it's like it's getting beyond most people's pockets to actually collect those games really. So I'm going to avoid Limited Run games unless it's something really, really good now. I do find that actually PlayAsia.com sometimes releases the same games that come available with Limited Run. They did that with Soldier Nen and Wonder Boy and Lease Origins. So I think I'll, given a choice, I'd rather get my game from PlayAsia as opposed to from Limited Run now. It's just, you know, it's all about games, and all we want to do is be able to buy a game at retail. Is that too much to ask? But anyway, Limited Run has gone down in my opinion, and in a way they treat their customers and games. I think it should change the name to Lottery Games, because you've got a lottery chance of actually completing your order. Or do they mean limited games because you've got a limited chance of getting the game, as opposed to games being limited in supply? I don't know. I'm just you know, on my soapbox about Limited Run games at the moment, and by almost leaving your comments what you think about Limited Run games. You know, it's I just think that you know, what they're doing in terms of getting games on, you know, to gamers is alright in principle, but how they do it in practice, is wrong. They should just, you know, take pre-orders for a certain game, supply them to that order amount, and then everyone's happy, aren't they? You know, everyone who wants a game can get the game, and it sort of cuts out the, you know, the snipers really, because, you know, if everyone can pre-order it, then there's going to be less demand for those games on eBay, and so there'll be less snipers buying them, which in effect will mean there'll be a greater supply as well available to people who want the game. So I just think it's the current business model. It's shoddy, and it's something probably Nintendo would do. So you know, it's a shame really. Going back to Nintendo, for Switch, I'm actually surprised and impressed with the build quality of the Switch is much better than I thought it would be, and my experience of playing with it so far has been quite good. I'm very disappointed with Splatoon 2 that there's no local co-op mode, no split screen mode, because I wanted to play that with my daughter, and I know you couldn't do that on the Wii U, and they haven't fixed that on here. I think they've done that deliberately to try to encourage people to buy more than one Switch, which I think is arrogant of Nintendo, to think that families will go out and buy 2 Switches just so that 2 kids, or mum and dad and their child, or mum and the child, can play the game. That's not going to happen in the real world. Who can afford 2 bloody Switches or 3 Switches and so forth? You know, I mean, they have on the adverts that, you know, like, you know, these young people in their 20s have about 5 or 6 of them, and they're all playing Switch together. Well, that's nice for that demographic, but most people who have a Switch are families, and they only got 1 Switch in the whole family household, and it's, you know, it's unfair that they're unable to play local multiplayer or local co-op on certain games like that. You can do it on Mario Kart, no problem, but Splatoon 2, no. So that's very disappointing. The single player on Splatoon is very good, I must admit, but it's just a shame that, you know, it could be, you know, 40% better if they just opened it up to local multiplayer. I mean, they can still keep the Switch option open, but it's just a shame. Well, anyway guys, that's my video for today, and until next time, take care and bye.